Hi there, and thank you for participating in this new CATIAJewelTalk. Today, I am very pleased to welcome our talented speaker, Daniel Pizak. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Anne.
Thanks for being there. Daniel is a CATIA technical director and a subject matter expert in the mechanical industry for CATIA at Dassault Systèmes. And many of you may already be familiar with Daniel, as he has passionately presented numerous CATIA Jewel Talks and CATIA User Talks. I'll show you at the end how you can still watch them in the CATIA user community. And right now, if you want to join this community, you can use the link that you see below at the bottom of the screen. Please let me just, yes, go.freedays.com/CATIA. And now, today, Daniel will explain how you can protect your engineering IP and also lighten your assemblies. So this might be particularly useful if you work with partners or suppliers. And now the stage is yours, Daniel.
Thank you, Anne, for the introduction. So hello, everyone. I hope you're all fine. I just came back from vacation yesterday, so I am full of energy. And I'm very pleased to be with you today. It will not last that long. I don't know if you heard about CATIA Engineering IP Control, IP standing for intellectual property. The process is this one, if I describe it very quickly. You have designed a very detailed product, and now you want to share and to exchange the data with either your supplier or maybe your partners or maybe your customers, and you don't want, depending on the type of contact and type of contract you have with your suppliers or customer, you don't want to exchange everything. You want to keep your IP the way you are designing feature in CATIA, the parameters of those features, the various options you use, for example, for a sweep or for a Boolean operation, whatever. You don't want to exchange with them all the attributes of the part, because maybe in this part's attribute you have the price or an estimated price. So you want to protect your IP before exchanging the data with various type of people. Or you receive something from your supplier or your customer, and it's maybe a very complex product, and you are just interested by getting the outer shape, because what you will put in your assembly, for example, an engine, is just the outer shape on the engine. You don't care about what is inside the engine. And by the way, the part will be, or the product will be very heavy. So you want to lightweight and only keep the envelope of this product to have a very good response time when you are designing your product, including such a product coming from outside your company. And the good news is that we have developed long time ago a product an application called CATIA Engineering IP Control. And the second good news is that it is part of all 3D Experience CATIA mechanical role. So if you are moving, or you will move soon from CATIA V5 to 3DX CATIA, don't wait. Please go fast. Or if you are already on 3DX CATIA, you have access to this app. And I think this app is probably, when I started this serial of webinars, it was a long time ago. We are today on the 23rd. I called it CATIAJewelTalk because this is really a best kept CATIA jewel secret. Okay. Because nobody knows about it, and it brings a lot of benefits in this particular process of protecting your IP before exchanging with outside. Okay, so let's have a look at how it works. Okay, I am in my app CATIA Engineering Control. I have this particular digital camera, and I would like to filter out some parameters prior to exchange the data with my supplier or customer. First things you have to do, because there are two different ways of protecting the data. One is I just remove the data from the current product. So you see this Cassiopeia Experience A product. I can remove some intellectual properties such parameters, colors, attributes, 3D PMI, whatever, but it will be done in the product. It's not something I recommend to do, but sometimes it's helpful. So, or you can create another derived product from this one where you will filter out the stuff. So let's imagine I would like now to really filter out the IP inside my product. The very first thing that I will have to do is duplicate the product. Okay, so I have my original product. I don't want to touch it. I duplicate. This is a capability of 3D experience. I just give a prefix, a string that will be used as a prefix for the new product that CATIA will create. Here it is, filtered. Okay. Up. This is done. Now I have a new part, the filtered one. And I will just look at first command, which is called remove IP. And then I select what I would like to remove. So maybe remove hidden instances, maybe remove hidden features, maybe don't process the color, maybe don't process the annotation, maybe keep the material properties or not remove the properties. Here I'm very violent, and I just want to remove everything. Okay. So okay, and this is the result. Okay. You see now the colors disappear. If I navigate in the spec tree, you will see that the product is still a product. The parts are still there with their name. But if you look inside one part, you will see only a dummy solid or a dummy volume. Okay. So this is very simple to do. And then you will be able to export this product through the 3D XML format, or maybe open your collaborative space and your server to your peers if they want to grab the model. So this is very simple. You select the product, you make a duplication, you make a copy. The duplication process is keep the link with the original data. So then later on, if you do a new version of the digital camera, you can apply the filtering again, and that's it. So very simple. That's CATIA engineering IP control. Let's continue now. Another example. I have this engine, and I want to filter out the engine. So now I will use another command of CATIA engineering IP control. And as you see, this engine has attributes. Okay, there is some the creation date, there is some description, there is maybe some user attributes, which are your attributes for your company. And I want to keep the attributes. Okay, this is the attributes. I go to this product filtering tool, and now this product filtering tool, in the contrary of what I just did, will automatically create for you a derived product, but it will be not linked to the original one. It's why I prefer to use the first method that I showed you. Okay, so you say what you want to keep. I want to keep the attributes. I don't care about the color. I want to keep the material. I want to convey the material, for example, aluminum or steel or whatever, and the color. And I want to do something which is cool. I just want to export the visible surfaces. I mean, the outer shape, okay? But not as tessellation, whatever. I want to keep the exact definition of the boundary of the solid, so the faces definition, NURBS, canonical surface, or whatever, or if it's surface, just the surface themselves, the one which are seen from outside. What does it mean? You have multiple parameters to control this visible geometry only parameter, which are in fact how many sources, because it's like a ray tracing algorithm, how many sources are located around the part. And then we launch some ray tracing to eliminate what is seen and what is still visible, okay? Not visible, sorry. Okay, so let's do visible geometry only. I give a prefix because the product will be automatically created with the prefix and then the name of the current product I am trying to filter out. That's it. It creates a new product with a filter, the prefix that I enter. You can see that the attributes are still there. So you can share the attributes with your peers. And then, but of course, now if I go internally and if I use the command of 3D Experience CATIA to look inside the part, you see that there is much more component inside. But now that I selected only the visible geometry, there are no more parts inside. So not only you lighten the product is much lighter on the right side than on the left side, but you also provide to your customer or supplier the attributes, because maybe they have a lot of information for them, which are useful for them. You also provide them the material. So it's very, very simply done. It's very, very flexible, I would say. That's the second. Okay, let's zoom. Let's do it again. Let's check what is inside. Everything has been eliminated in your derived product. Now let's take another type of product. And now this command will not create from a product. For those who are not familiar with CATIA product, it's assemblies, okay, versus standalone parts. Here, I take this product and I will create not another product. I will create just one product with one shape representation or one part, okay? So every single geometry inside the various part of your assembly will be put in one single part or one single shape inside one product with one part. Okay, so let's say I create first a 3D part. I type in my prefix. I want to keep the annotation. As you can see on the left side here on the spec tree, there are 3D PMI. We call that a 3D functional tolerancing and annotation in CATIA. And I want to keep them. I want to keep the material. No, I don't care. I want to keep the sketches inside my model. There are some sketches, and maybe I would like my customer or my supplier to be able to edit and modify the sketch, okay? And I will also select here, in this case, only not the surface or the face of the solid which are seen from outside, but only the feature which are seen from outside. That's it. Let's go. Here we are. You can see on the right side that everything has been merged into one part. The sketch can be reused, and the annotation have been conveyed. Now I can go even much more in the detail. I would like, for example, to export only the functional tolerancing annotation containing the string AA, or maybe containing some special tolerances, okay? Just to filter out the most important information. A lot of information, it kills the information. So you have really to be pertinent when you output your data for your peer to understand what he has to do. If it's a machining guy, it's really important. It's really important for him to know all the tolerances, because this will give him the way he will have to manufacture the part, and of course has an impact on the price of the final product. Okay, so I just do that. I don't care about the specification of the sketches. And that's it. You see the result. I only output the tolerances which contain the string AA. And in this particular case, I use an option which is not to create a 3D part, but a product with a shape. And the shape has this particular property that it can be not reused. So if I try to copy it, CATIA will tell you, you cannot, this part cannot be reused. So it's another way to, for example, prevent someone to take your data and import it in other product, maybe for other customers, okay? It's an option of the engineering IP control. And the last one for this first stage is, let's say I have a product and I would like to create only one part and only the representation as tessellation. So just triangles, okay? Not exact surfaces, because maybe I don't want the people to reuse it and to, for example, mill it or make some finite element analysis. I just want for them to see them. I send a presentation of the product to my customer or suppliers or partners. So I say, I would like a 3D part. And now I have only one product containing a merge of all the products which are tessellated. So it's just tessellation. You cannot reuse it to do authoring stuff, except maybe cross-sectioning, measurement, and stuff like that. Okay, that's it for the first part. And now let's move to another presentation, which is in fact, I will run CATIA. Okay, I am here in CATIA 3 experience. I am on the cloud. You can see my name. It's my session. You see here a particular object, okay, which is a motorbike. And let's see what we can do on much more complex stuff. So you see here in my CATIA session, I am in CATIA engineering IP control. I can be in part design or assembly design. Here we are. Let's do the first stuff. So I isolate. I just open in a new window this rear wheel transmission, and I was more concerned by the engine. Okay, so this is my part. I enter CATIA engineering control. You see here the spec tree. We can show you the spec tree. Okay, various stuff. And the first thing I did was just to say, okay, let's say I would like to eliminate all the invisible feature. Okay, to light it. So this is the result. It takes some minutes. It's why I already computed. Okay. There is no magic, but it takes some minutes. Okay, and you see here the result. Okay, if I turn on the clipping, you see here the part, and you see it's like a solid. We have the outer skin and the inner skin of the solid, but every single feature which is not seen from outside has been eliminated. Okay, and if I look at the spec tree, you see here all the solids. Okay. That's first capability. Let's go back now to the rear wheel transmission. And now I use another option of IP control, which is remove invisible geometry. Okay. So in this case, it's no longer the feature, which are typically solid if you are using CATIA part design. But now I want to keep just not even the solid, but just the outer skin of my product. And this is the result of this engineering IP control process. If you look at the geometry, it's just a surface. So you see here. Now, if I just also use my my scanning, my clipping plan, you see that it's only the surfaces. I don't have the thickness. So it's even much lighter. Okay, I just have the external shape. The good news is that it is surface. It is exact surfaces, you see, it's not tessellation, it's exact surfaces. And of course, if you provide this information to your either supplier or customer using this data in their CATIA 3DX CATIA session, they can use it, they can maybe publish the surface, which are the interfaces between their design. And if you have a new version of your engine, you can export the new version. You can keep the publication. This is something I forgot to mention, but we can export the publication. And then the customer or supplier will be able to reconciliate very quickly and adapt the outer design that he did to the new product that you deliver to him. Okay, this is quite cool. This fact that you can just get the outer shape in vice versa. Let's imagine now you have this, you receive from your customer or your supplier this engine. You don't care about what is inside the engine. You just care about the outer shape. And you have here this outer shape, which is real exact surfaces. So canonical surfaces, NURBS or whatever that you can use and you can stitch to if you need to mate this part with some other fasteners within your product. This is quite nice. And now the extreme capability of what we can do with CATIA engineering IP control is really, okay, I have my real wheel transmission. I just want to export a very, very, very light model of this because maybe I want to get a quotation from my suppliers of how much it will cost me to get this part measured or fabricated or inspected or just produced in millions of copies. You use what we call the remove IP, and here it's very, very drastic. Huh? This is one model. You see, it's just one shape. It's just a triangulated shape. But in this particular case, if I go to tools again, we have all the details. Every single part inside the model has been tessellated and put together as one single representation. So you have still more information, but sometimes you need also to have the information inside what is inside the part, depending on what you want to get from your supplier or customers. Okay. So, and to finish, very nice capability that has been included very lately, 24x or 1.5 years ago. So let's go back to my bike. Okay, you see the bike here. You recognize the engine. By the way, I forget one casing, so don't do that. Huh? don't sell a product without the upper case of this gearbox. Okay, so but let's imagine you see there are some small parts, some screws, some nuts, some bolts, some washer, and you would like to remove them because it does not bring any information, good information from the customer or the suppliers. You want to remove every small parts within your product. This is very simple. So I go to IP protection. I go to remove small element. And then I can select, for example, I will click here on this paint icon, and I will select the product, or let's say the part. I would like to get the bounding box and some max and min dimension, and then I will eliminate from my assembly all the parts which are smaller than the bounding box of the one I selected. So let's see them. You see here, we can see them. Oops. So you can of course hide them, and if I say OK, they will be removed from my current product. Don't forget to make a copy. This is don't modify the original data. So this is just a duplication of my original data. And something that which is also cool. So let's say I preview it. You can click on some elements. Remember, this bounding box is the dimension is in space. You have also to take into account the dimension. It's why the mirror of the rear view mirror have been identified, even if they are bigger than the screw. Okay, it's because the thickness is so thin that the volume of this mirror is smaller than the volume of the bounding box of the bolt that I just selected. Okay, and here what you can do, you can say I would like this to be removed. So you say okay, remove from the selection. Okay, this remove, and now if I hide my small element, all the elements that I selected with this bounding box criteria have been eliminated, except the two mirrors that I wanted to keep inside my product prior to export the model to the supplier, the partner, or the customer. So I hope you like it. I like it. It's very nice product, nice, very simple to use, very powerful, and please have a look, because if you are using 3DX CATIA today, you probably have this application. Okay, it's called CATIA Engineering IP Control. That's it for me. I hope you learn a lot. That's always my idea to teach you some stuff. I think it's really a best kept secret jewel of CATIA, and it will bring a lot of benefits to you when you exchange data, when you want to lightweight the data size of the model, just to have better response time in your session. Thanks for your attendance. Thanks for your attention, and see you soon for the next CATIAJewelTalk.
Just 1 second, Daniel. So thank you very much for this live demonstration. It was very clear. It looks very flexible. I wonder if some part of our audience would have any questions. I don't see them at the moment, so maybe I have a question on my own.
Go ahead. Don't hesitate.
Great. Are there any differences with the same capability in CATIA V5, for example?
Yeah, in V5 there was an application. There was a product called Product Data Filtering. The trigram was DF1. It was doing very similar things, but we added a lot of new capability in 3DX, like the one I showed you. Remove small parts, but also remove visible and visible stuff. So there are many other capability in 3DX compared to V5. And in V5 you had to buy it. It was not included in the configuration. So not everybody acquires the application. Here, remember, if you have a CATIA mechanical run, you get it.
Yes, it's important. Okay. And second question, maybe. Let's imagine I have a dozen or many dozens of parts that I want to filter out. Would it be possible to automate this filtering?
It's a good question. Yes, the answer is yes, because in fact, our customer today are using it can use it in batch mode. So they describe in a script the various options they want to to use for the filtering, and you can process thousands of parts, thousands of products in batch mode, and you can do that. Of course, it's fully automated. It's in a script and run in a batch mode. A few capabilities are not yet available in batch, but very few. So it's a very, very nice tool to process a big amount of data.
Good, thank you. Perfect for me. And yes, I also wanted to say that maybe you haven't had time to ask your questions, or we haven't answered everything you needed. So you can still comment or ask questions in the CATIA user community so that you can contact Daniel this way. For this, you can flash this QR code that you see on the screen or enter the link that you see again at the bottom, go.3ds.com/CATIA. If you are not member of the CATIA user community yet, you will have to create a DS passport, but it's very simple, quick. Then you log in, you go to the CATIA user community, you will discover a lot of content such as demo videos, blog posts, questions and answers, of course. And the CATIA Talks program is located in the wiki pages. And when you find this talk that we are hosting now, you can ask you can ask Daniel your questions in the post comment section. Now, I think that's it. So thank you very much, Daniel, for this presentation. Thank you all for attending. Also, feel free to comment if you have suggestions, if you have something you expect regarding engineering IP control. You can still mention it in the comment section.
And maybe you can also add, if you would like me to do a CATIAJewelTalk on a particular topic, just raise your topic of interest. I might come back with a CATIAJewelTalk regarding this topic in the future.
Very good to ask for this, Daniel. I see that there is a question from Jamie. So, is DMU license compatible with 3D experience? So it's a side question.
DMU license, it's something that we have in CATIA V5. And we have different name, DMU Navigator, or it was the product in CATIA V5 or VPM V5. In 3DX, it's different product. You can, if you have a DMU license, you can read a 3D XML file. You can import a 3D XML file from 3DX. CATIA, you can export either a 3D XML file with authoring. It contains every data, all the native data, so you can rebuild something, or you can also select the option 3D XML for review, and this file this output is compatible with the DMU CATIA V5 standalone product, so you can read or import to visualize 3D XML with the review for review files inside DMU. But I don't know if you answer the question.
Yes, I'm not sure either. But and what would be the product, the name of the product or the roles corresponding to DMU in the 3D experience? It's different.
In all CATIA mechanical role, it's like engineering IP control. Maybe I will do that next time. There is two app. Collision check for interferences and design review, and those are DMU tools. Okay. If you want to advance DMU, there is another special role to do that. But please look at what the standard 3DX CATIA mechanical role can do. It's already very, very, very sophisticated, and it can solve your issue of right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. I think we don't have any other questions now. Yes, see you soon. Maybe next week, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I have a 24th CATIAJewelTalk next week. And so bye everyone. I hope you enjoy the stuff. It's again always a pleasure to be with you. And don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to communicate with us through the CATIA community. Those videos are also on YouTube. So have a great end of day, and I wish you again a very good night or good day. Bye bye. Merci,
Bye.
Anne.
You're welcome.